Fran, it looks like you've got yourself a pretty good opponent tomorrow night. How would you describe that team?
Yeah, I've been really impressed with them. Obviously, there's a core group of guys that have been together with their coach, but they've added some pieces that I think that really fit. So they got a lot of guys that are producing. You know, they move and share the ball. They're big. You know, they get really good guard play. It's a veteran group. Yeah.
Fran, I know it's a small sample size, but Drew and Sadhu, obviously it looks like they're going to be major contributors. Looking back at your track record with the portal, you don't do it a lot, but when you do it, it seems to work. What is your secret?
Well, fortunately, I think, Pat, we don't have to go in there and get 8 or 9 guys. You know, some people have to do that. Obviously, that's when a coaching change takes place. But you know, we know who fits our culture, our style. We get to know them, which is harder because you don't have as long. If you know, sometimes you recruit a guy for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we might only be recruiting a portal guy for a couple weeks. But you know, we do our homework on those individuals, get to know them, and then of course they visit, and then they spend time with our guys. And so I mean, every one of the guys that we brought in, I mean, it's just been an absolute seamless transition in every area. You know, your focus initially is on, okay, what positions do we need? What do we need to add to our team? But it doesn't work if they don't mesh in the locker room, if they're selfish, if they're you know, less character than you're looking for. And, I mean, every guy that we brought in has just been stellar in terms of their personality, their work ethic, their basketball IQ, and their willingness to try to help us win and be a part of something bigger than themselves.
Do you find that the guys who come from places like Morehead State are more appreciative of what you have to offer at a place like this?
I think, you know, when you have really successful mid-major guys, you know, they always, I think, wonder, like, you know, or maybe they feel like they should have gotten recruited higher. They've proven it on a consistent basis at the collegiate level, and they want that opportunity, and they accept the challenge, and I think that's impressive.
With a guy like Sadhu, I know he played in prep school, and obviously the Murrays did too. How much do you think that year of extra, I guess, preparation before getting to college ball helps?
Well, you know, I think I'll do that. Number one, just being a year older. You know, the prep school route is a really good route to go because, you know, you're playing, they're typically playing more than 40 games, sometimes more than 50. So it's a whole different experience than a regular high school setting. And you're also traveling around the country. You're not just get on a bus and you go 45 minutes and play somebody and go home. So it's a great learning opportunity for somebody as they step into the college ranks, where we're playing on 2 different coasts and playing a lot more games. And how you handle that mentally is going to be a reason why you're successful or not, especially right away. So I think your question about, you know, does it impact? I think it clearly impacts your ability to contribute right away.
How did this game in Moline come about?
Well, we, as you know, no longer play the ACC Challenge, nor do we play the Big East Challenge. So we wanted to challenge our team with really good opponents, and we wanted to be able to play in different locations for our fan base. You know, so there's more and more opportunities to you know, play these sort of neutral site games. I've been talking to Scott Mullen for a long time about going over there to play, and we were real close on, I think, an exhibition game before, but you know, this is the perfect opportunity with the way the schedule works now. And of course, with Brock and Owen being here, that made even more sense.
You think that maybe we'll see even more of this in the future in college basketball as college basketball continues to, fight to grow or to retain?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's necessary to play, powerful opponents outside of your conference schedule. And you could say, well, we have 20 league games, we have to travel across the country a number of times. It's probably enough. But the reality is, you want to play teams from different conferences, teams with different styles, because that's what you're going to end up seeing in the NCAA tournament. So it's also an opportunity, I think, to go where your fans are. Now again, just because we play in Kansas City, Moline, and Sioux Falls doesn't mean we wouldn't do one of these in Las Vegas or someplace like that. We would think about that. There was a trend toward doing these games as part of an NIL opportunity, and that's really not materialized. But would that materialize down the road? I don't know. But they're money-making opportunities. They're great opportunities for us to grow as a team. I think our fans enjoy it, and it's because you have a couple ways you can go. You can do the MTE, or you can do these single game events, or you can do a combination of both. But either way, you think about some of the teams that we've played. Seton Hall in Oklahoma last year, out in California. I mean, we're typically going to do those kinds of things. This year we didn't do an MTE, so we did more of these types of games because we're always going to play Iowa State as well.
Do you expect Owen to be available tomorrow?
I do.
How has he just kind of gotten back?
He's a little better.
Mm-hmm.
He's not there yet.
What about Chris?
Chris is still in concussion protocol.
Did that happen during practice?
Yeah.
Just to be clear, it's was an illness with Freeman?
Yeah.
With him getting a little bit bigger and then throwing the illness in there, do you think his conditioning has changed at all?
Yeah, and your concern is certainly in the short run from here, because he was really sick. But I think over time we'll get that corrected.
Well, for those of us like myself who never got to see Moline High play with Harding and Freeman, what was that team like?
They were really special to watch. I mean, they were a connected group. Coach Taylor is a terrific coach, and they played the game the right way. They played both ends. They never rattled, and they won the state championship, which is hard to do in that state.
When it comes to playing your first high major team season on Friday, do you think that maybe it's a different opportunity to learn a little bit more about your guys?
Well, yeah, and we're not here, we're somewhere else playing a really good team. And I think it's important to do that early in the season. Like I said, we've got a number of opportunities to do that, and not to diminish the other teams that we play here, because I coached against those teams before. I know how good they are. I have unbelievable respect for the teams we've already played. I thought South Dakota is a really good team, be a formidable option in that league to make a run in the championship in that league. And that's what this part of the season's all about.
Have you thought about changing the starting lineup at all?
No.
With Andre taking over, with Bill retiring, what stood out just about working with him?
Well, the good thing about Andre is, we've worked with him
Mm-hmm.
very closely for a couple of years now. So, it was easy. It's an easy transition for everybody. I mean, the guys love him. He really knows what he's doing. He's a basketball guy. And you know, I'm thrilled for him, and I'm really happy for the guys in the program. Not that you couldn't go outside and find somebody, but you know, when you have somebody in house like that, then it's an easy transition.
The 2025 recruiting class, are you still looking to add more to that?
Yeah, always.
All right, thanks, Fran.